Hi guys, happy Tuesday. Yes, happy Tuesday. So, alright, yeah, yesterday did the cleansing of the basement. Well, not the basement, but the cleansing of the house, the living room, the kitchen, and the bedroom, and things feel pretty light again. It works. So hopefully, anybody that can understand what I said, because I was really honestly just kind of screaming when I was doing that blessing, and that's what I usually do, is scream. So it's not, nothing majorly great, but I do scream it. So yeah, it was pretty interesting. Everything was great. Everything was perfect. It was weird. The hollow feeling. It's almost like my spirits leave, but I know that they don't. So it was pretty interesting. And then, so this Annabelle doll. Yes, I'm still obsessed with this Annabelle doll. Alright, so this Annabelle doll. The one when in The Conjuring, or not The Conjuring, but Annabelle 2014, when she receives the Annabelle doll and she puts it up with her entire collection, and her husband asks her, okay, does this complete the collection? And it does. If you look, there are multiple Annabelle dolls. So the Annabelle doll that I got is the one that I had posted. I don't know if I posted it on my public page or my private page. I'll post it on my private page or my public page for you guys too. So that doll came from that movie. There's an actual prop. So now I'm kind of wondering, what if, there's little offsprings of Annabelle or something like that? Like, what if that evil can't be contained and it latches on to all the other dolls that are being mass-produced, especially the ones in the Conjuring universe and the Annabelle universe, because we all know how that works. The thoughts feed it. It's full circle. So hopefully something cool happens with her. I'm pretty excited. She's going to travel. She's going to do a lot of things. So very excited about that. The owner didn't want it because it just kept moving. It'd be in different spots. But it didn't, do anything that the actual Annabelle did in the movies or in real life. So I just kind of want to go over, this is a film school project. And it's filmschoolprojects.com. And I think this is really cool. So we have a lot, we have a lot more to cover on Annabelle, which I'm very excited for. So obviously I have a very, very big obsession. And those fucking cases, display doll cases, are so much. They're more than the actual doll. So yeah, I think she's just gonna sit in a chair. Yeah, she'll be here with me. Alright, so the whole, the whole thing behind Annabelle, the whole thing. And if you guys are watching, Andrea Perrin about the Warrens, and if you guys watch what I posted yesterday by the current person or the current woman that lives in the Conjuring house, yeah, it's pretty interesting how Lorraine and Ed exploited everything for their own purposes, for their own money, for their own books. So the lies are really coming out about Ed and Lorraine, and it kind of makes me kind of sad, because now I don't know if I fully believe the Annabelle theory. I have my own theory about it, but it's just, I don't know if I can bring myself to believe the Ed and Lorraine Warren anymore. Too much. There's too much controversy with them. Way too much. They assert themselves into positions that they shouldn't have. But this lady, she goes and she debunks everything that Ed and Lorraine ever did, and it's pretty insane, actually. It's really insane. I just don't understand why. Why would these two, were they delusional? Were they, I don't get it. I don't understand those two. Obviously, there's no meeting with them now. If I would have known, because this month, hopefully, the Occult Museum, the Warrens Occult Museum, will be open due to the zoning regulations. So hopefully this month I do get to go and see the actual museum and the Annabelle doll. So, and meet Tony and Judy. So I really, really want to meet Judy. I did have a little conversation with her. And she sounds just like her mom. So it sounded like Lorraine. Very different. She won't look it in the eyes. She doesn't even think about it. She doesn't want to think about the doll. So I don't know. I don't know if it's just them carrying on their parents' lies and legacy. that doesn't sound right. That didn't sound right, but I don't know. So, alright, so whether or not you believe in the Warrens' real-life paranormal cases is one thing. However, there's no denying that Ed and Lorraine's tale of the supernatural have captured the pop culture imagination. Of course Annabelle has captured pop culture, and pop culture... Why am I blurry? There. So of course Annabelle is going to, you know, pop culture. So she is pop culture. Alright, the Conjuring universe has turned the pair's exploits into a billion-dollar franchise. And yes, I am very 100% sure that these people that are related to Ed and Lorraine do benefit and profit from this billion-dollar corporation. So, I don't know. But yeah, anyways, and we with 7 movies already in the bag, 7 really, and more are on the way, the series doesn't appear to be slowing down anytime soon. I like that. So, just even more good scares. I mean, Patrick and Vera, that's the only reason I watch them, because I love Patrick. I love Vera. She's amazing. So, yeah. Alright, so, where'd I go? Okay, even if the Warrens' claims of encountering spooks and demons are hoaxes, Hollywood can't get enough of them. Yeah, that's like the best thing to do, is just take their stuff, turn it into movies, but then who benefits? Exactly. So, the latest installment of the Conjuring franchise, Annabelle Comes Home, hit theaters in June 26th, 2019, so when the film The Titular Doll returns to wreak havoc, wow, that's funny, on the Warren family, played by Patrick Wilson, Vera Farmiga, and McKenna Grace. So that's Judy, the little Judy. She's cute, I love her. So, and she's bringing some of her demon pals along for the ride. So, what demon specifically is attached to Annabelle? What is it? In The Conjuring 2, we have the facade of the Crooked Man, which I love that. And I actually found a music box from the Conjuring, from the first Conjuring, and it's creepy. I don't want it. So no, I don't like clowns and music boxes. I hate it. They're just weird. Alright, where was I going with that? Yeah, so what demon is actually attached to Annabelle? Is there? Maybe, maybe not. So, but what makes them think that just because they have them, the actual doll in their museum, and they have it blessed, like, what, twice a week now? What makes them think that that evil is contained just in one spot? So, I don't know. This is very interesting. So, alright, well, Annabelle Comes Home looks like an entertaining chiller. The film series wouldn't exist at all without the real Annabelle doll and her nightmare-inducing past. So she does have quite the history, according to the actual tale. Donna, so this is Donna now. I know there's more names than that, for whoever, you know, received the doll. A student nurse received a Raggedy Ann doll as a gift from her mother in 1970. Alright, but when the doll exhibited strange behavior in front of Donna and her roommate Angie, a medium revealed that it was apparently possessed by the spirit of a 7-year-old girl named Annabelle Higgins. Does she even exist, this Annabelle Higgins? Apparently, the little girl had been found dead in the field that Donna's apartment complex was built on, and her restless spirit just wanted to live there. So, I'm not sure. Is there really an Annabelle Higgins? Possible. It's very possible. But I do like the whole Bathsheba thing. I like how Bathsheba was very, you know, totally misportrayed in all of the movies in The Conjurings. So, at first Donna and Angie gave the spirit permission to reside within Annabelle. She was an innocent child after all, right? Not quite. Annabelle subsequently attacked their friend Lou, and the remains contacted the Warrens, who discovered that the doll was actually being manipulated by a demon who desired Donna's soul. Of course, everything with the Warrens, there is a demon attached. Just anything. So, after learning the horrifying truth about the demon's intentions, the Warrens summoned a priest to perform an exorcism. So, did that even happen in any of the movies with Annabelle? I don't think. So that wasn't the end of the whole spooky affair, though. Afterward, when Ed and Lorraine were driving home with Annabelle in their possession, the car kept breaking down, and its brakes stopped functioning. So, alright, so that's part, like the beginning of Annabelle comes home. So upon arriving home, the demonic doll started displaying supernatural signs once again. After another unsuccessful exorcism attempt, Annabelle was taken to the Warrens Occult Museum and placed in a glass case. These days, she's a tourist attraction. So, that's really interesting. That is very interesting. I really want to know if there was an actual Annabelle Higgins. Is this Conjuring and Annabelle universe, is it just giving offsprings of Annabelle? Kind of like Chucky? Maybe? Hopefully. I don't know. Alright, so let's see. So yeah, she is a big tourist attraction, obviously, and I do want to go see her. Alright, so the film franchise is only a loose adaptation of the true Annabelle story. So for a start, the movie doll is a porcelain as opposed to just a Raggedy Ann doll. See, and that's where I don't get it. I get James Wan's vision for Annabelle. I do. I totally get his vision. Because that is amazing. That is an amazing doll. I mean, who doesn't want that doll? A lot of people want that doll. It's hard to get to. It's very hard to get. So, furthermore, her origin story doesn't include Donna Angie Orlew in the first Annabelle film. It's very different. So if you watch the first Annabelle film, well, if you watch Annabelle Creation, at the very end, when that little girl who gets possessed by that demonic whatever is attached to Annabelle, she gets a Raggedy Ann doll. So she's adopted by Mr. and Mrs. Higgins. And then she goes and she kills them. So that leads into, you would need to watch Annabelle Creation, and then the first Annabelle, and then Annabelle Comes Home. So it's totally reversed. Very strange. But that makes more sense if you watch it that way, in that order. So in the first Annabelle film, a husband gives the doll to his pregnant wife as a gift. So shortly after, their home gets invaded by a satanic cult who pass the malevolent demon into the inanimate object. Didn't the doll start showing signs of weird activity, supernatural paranormal activity, before that cult broke in? Well, that was actually in the beginning, I think. Yeah, because then they moved and she got Annabelle. No, it's the other way around. Alright, so, yeah, the satanic cult, blah, blah, blah. The Warrens' recollection of the events doesn't include any mention of said husband, wife, or cult. So, who's lying? Who's being truthful? Of course, some people claim that the Warrens' Annabelle story is every bit as fabricated as the horror films that were influenced by it. In fact, some skeptics believe that the real story is similar to a 1963 episode of The Twilight Zone called Living Doll, which features a character named Annabelle, Mary LaRoche, who buys a haunted doll for her daughter. So this is going back even further and further and further, so we don't know. There's nothing, no concrete anything. Unless one were to find the Warrens' case files and go through all of them, especially the Annabelle cases. But then again, who says that they were very devout Catholics, so of course they're going to be, brainwashed to think that any spirit is demonic. So, I don't know. Alright, so, but I really want to check this episode now. So it's called, The Twilight Zone, 1963, Living Doll. Okay. So now I don't want to call the Warrens liars. Maybe they genuinely believe that their doll was haunted by a demon. But the daughter in me cannot overlook the glaring link to Twilight Zone. At least the director of Toy Story 4, Josh Cooley, admitted that his idea for a villainous doll was borrowed from his iconic show. So, that's interesting. That's really interesting to think about. Yeah, I'm going to have to watch that episode. It's going to be cool. Alright, so another pop culture entity that's associated with Annabelle is Don Mancini's Child Play series. So according to the Warrens, their case inspired Chucky's Unholy Conception. Chucky came before Annabelle, actually. It did. The doll. The actual doll, so. According to the Warrens, though. Their case inspired Chucky. Mancini, meanwhile, has said that Chucky was created as a response to the riotous Cabbage Patch Kids phenomenon. So I don't know who to believe. That said, if any doll legend can be compared to Chucky, it's Robert, who boasts some striking similarities to him. Chucky has got a completely different doll, and there is an actual doll of Chucky. So, I don't know, regardless of whether or not any of the doll lores helped spawn Child's Play, I'd be willing to bet the success of Annabelle's cinematic outings was a motivating factor behind the upcoming reboot. Very possible. Very possible. I'm not sure. Overall, everything ever said by the Warrens will always be a source of dispute between believers and naysayers. So, but Annabelle has still helped popularize the scary doll trope. That's been a commonplace in horror cinema and television for decades. So for that reason alone, fans of scary movies should be thankful for the Warrens' contributions to the field of paranormal research. Alright, so yeah, I'm very, yes, I do appreciate their stories. I am kind of believing that they're only stories now. So I don't know how much I believe. I don't know if they were actually real demonologists. I think they were probably just pretty much delusional. And we have the Catholic Church, and we all know what that does. So, I don't know. I don't know if the Annabelle is real or not. So it's just weird. I mean, is there really an Annabelle Higgins? Well, let's find out. Let's look for Annabelle Higgins. I want to find Annabelle Higgins. Let's see if it actually comes. Oh. Okay. So there is actually an Annabelle Higgins. Wow. Alright, let's see here. I don't know. So I don't think Annabelle is actually a real lady, a real woman. Yeah, I don't think so. We have the Annabelle Higgins death story, but I don't know. I don't know. So we have one little forum here that I don't know. Oh jeez. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure if, you know, if it's an actual Annabelle. Great. Probably getting a virus on my thing now. Alright. Let's try it again. Real Annabelle Higgins. Alright, now we'll find the real Annabelle Higgins, if it is even real. So, I'm not 100% sure if this girl's even really real. She's probably not even real. So, yeah, I'm not finding anything. I am not finding anything. We have Annabelle Higgins, the Conjuring, so let's see. Yeah, so Annabelle Higgins is a character on Annabelle and Annabelle Creation. She is portrayed by Trio Toole and Kira Daniels. She is also the daughter of Pete and Sharon. Who was that? Pete and Sharon? Sharon Tate? So, I don't know. It's just, I don't think she's even, so. Yeah, I don't even think she was real. She wasn't even a real human being. Nope. We have Annabelle Higgins' death story. But I don't think this is real. I don't see how, you know, this. So. The real Annabelle doll is a Raggedy Ann doll, of course. Alright, so Annabelle isn't as sinister as looking as Hollywood made her out to be, portrayed by a rather, you know, evil-looking screen double, which I really, really love. The real Annabelle was actually a Raggedy Ann doll. Raggedy Ann and her sidekick Andy were created by American author Johnny Gruelle. They were originally released as dolls in 1915 and then a series of books in 1918. Alright, so, although many companies have been making Raggedy Ann dolls since the 1920s, the Annabelle version was more than likely a Georgine Novelties or Knickerbocker toy company version, altered to her present image for the film. So it seems far more plausible that someone would welcome a Raggedy Ann doll into their home, more so than that of the evil-looking one on the screen. Annabelle is not actually the doll's name, so Annabelle is actually the name of mischievous spirit that haunts the doll. So, when she first began exhibiting strange behavior, her owner called a psychic medium who told her the doll was possessed, again, by this dead girl named Annabelle Higgins. So, the two girls were actually really nursing students, so the pre-possessed doll was originally purchased at a hobby shop by a woman as a gift for her daughter in 1970. So her daughter Donna was sharing an apartment with fellow nursing student Angie. It was at their apartment that the doll became a vessel for this dead little girl. Donna and Angie believed that they could live with the doll's strange quirks, but as time went on, her actions became increasingly sinister. First, her actions were rather, benign. The girls would occasionally come home to find her in different positions. Then, when they left her, however, it wasn't long after, or long before they found her in different rooms, Angie and Donna were driven to enlist the help of paranormal investigators when they discovered the doll leaving handwritten messages around the apartment that would read, "Help us," and "Help Lou." So, that's when they decided their new roommate had to go. Alright. Now, Annabelle somehow occasionally gets bloody. So, on at least one occasion, Annabelle's owner reported finding blood on the doll. Both Warrens and Donna claimed that they had found small spots of blood on Annabelle's chest, as well as a spot of blood on the back of her hand. So, after an investigation of the doll, the Warrens could not find any explanation for how the blood had gotten there. So, the real Annabelle targeted specific people and almost killed someone. I don't believe that whatsoever. There has to be records of it. There has to be death records. Something. Where are they? Honestly. So Annabelle did not like Angie's fiance. She definitely let him know. At the time, Donna's roommate Angie was engaged to a man named Lou, which is explained in the notes to him mentioned above. From day one, Annabelle and Lou did not get along. More than once, he told Angie that the doll was evil and to get rid of it immediately. Annabelle wasn't happy with Lou's opinion and decided to make her feelings known. So I guess one night, while Lou was in bed, he woke up and to find the doll. He could not move. He looked down and saw Annabelle at his feet. The doll crawled up to his chest, where it began choking him until he lost consciousness. Raggedy Ann doll, really? I don't think so. When he woke up the next morning, he was certain that what had happened the night before was not a dream. Not feeling she had gotten her point across, Annabelle decided to lash out at the young man once more. This time, she waited until they were both alone in a dark room. As Lou went to turn on the light, he felt a presence behind him. When he turned around, he quickly doubled over in pain. After turning on the light, he checked his stomach and found that he was bleeding from several scratches on his stomach. So in the middle of the room, he saw Annabelle innocently sitting on the floor, more than likely doing the haunted doll version of whistling nonchalantly. So I don't know, guys. I really want to know what's going on. I really, really want to know what's going on. So, there's nothing about the real Annabelle. I mean, the Higgins, Annabelle the Higgins. I don't know if that's even, true. I do know that those murders did happen. I do have a friend that was investigating with the Ouija board, for the whole Sharon Tate thing, with the Manson murders. So I'm not 100% sure. At all. Not at all. So, I don't know, I still have my mind wrapped around the whole, since I did do a reading and a channeling with Lorraine. And when you channel her, she doesn't shut up. It's all about the Bible. That's how I know it's really her. It's like, shut up. So, Yeah, evidently, you know, I can't, you know, if I get an Annabelle doll, I can't handle it. But if my friend takes her, she can handle it. So I don't understand what the whole channeling thing meant. Basically, when I did the reading to find out why I'm so obsessed with the doll and, you know, the whole concept of it being haunted, I mean, because everybody, you know, it's interesting. It's really interesting. But then I drew the fox, the card on the Lenormand cards. And the fox actually represents intelligence, but also trickery. So that kind of made me believe, well, it kind of made me come up with the whole theory that the actual doll is kind of like a battery, and it's charging up these other ones. So all these mass-produced dolls, all the dolls that are used for props, that's kind of a theory I've got. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if that's possible. I guess it is possible because there's no facts to support that theory. So there is a possibility that that's real, that that's true. So I'm just gonna have to find out tomorrow. She's coming early. She's coming home finally. I don't know though. So, alright guys, if you guys have any interesting doll stories or anything that you want to share, comment below, because I would love to hear it. I mean, if you guys have some creepy ass doll stories, I would love to. So, but, alright guys, I hope you guys have a good day, and yeah, be safe. So, I love you all very, very much. All the way from Venus, all the way back down. And thank you for the comments yesterday about my ass in that video. Didn't know it looked that good. Thank you. Kidding. It does not look that great. So yes, anyways, I love you all, and everybody be safe. But yes, have fun though. So I love you guys.